In the summer of 1962, my father and I flew in his small plane from Iowa City, Iowa, across half the continent to a place we'd never been, Seattle. The purpose of our epic adventure was to visit the Seattle World's Fair. Christened Century 21, in the brief 6 months of its existence, this fair challenged its near 10 million visitors to experience a world some 40 years in the future. Tomorrow beckoned everywhere. Fashions, automobiles, space travel. The Cold War? Gone. Replaced by global harmony. Science made anything possible. The two boldest proofs utopia could be real towered above and zoomed from the fair to the city. Like Moses witnessing the Promised Land, my dad and I experienced in Seattle the science-inspired Eden to come. Today, over 40 years later, the future is now.
We are tomorrow what we start today.
The 1962 World's Fair affected more than the skyline of Seattle. The people here aren't waiting for the future, they're living it. Today, Seattle is home to some of the most innovative individuals and corporations in our nation, with more arriving every day. The natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest is also an undeniable contributor to Seattle's continuing population growth. But it is this growth that now endangers the city itself. All around the Pacific Northwest, we're witnessing a sea change, so to speak. And at the risk of mixing my metaphors, that canary in the mine shaft is, well, a fish.
It's a wonder of the world, the salmon is, and we got to make sure that that salmon's going to be here from now on.
Born in cold freshwater streams and rivers, baby salmon called fry swim aided by the current downstream to the open sea, where they grow and thrive. Near the end of their life cycle, something triggers a migratory urge in salmon to return to the very stream of their birth, to spawn and die. It's a tough, long journey for these large fish, fighting both gravity and the currents of water rushing against them. Over hundreds of years, enough salmon completed their difficult destiny to ensure the abundance of their species. As he walks along the southern shores of Elliott Bay, Billy Frank descends from a long line of Nisqually fishermen whose fate has always been linked to the salmon.